welcome back, everybody, to episode 2 of the Atomic Bear Show. I hope everybody, well, I guess I can't say you had a good Christmas, but I hope everybody is getting ready to have a good Christmas. But what's going on, everybody? And just want to mention real quick that if you follow us on Facebook and you saw the contest that we were running, well, what happened was when we switched the email over, we ended up sending out an email to like 1,200 people. So just want to apologize on that front if you were one of the ones that was like, hey, congratulations, you're a winner. And we sent that thing out, and by the time we sent it, we realized it was too late. But welcome, everybody. We've got Big Jeff in the house with us tonight. We are going to go over the top 10 items that you're going to need to survive in a car. Now, he's more of the expert when it comes to surviving in the wintertime, and I've never had to be in serious winter conditions. However, I've got a few tips when it comes to extreme heat surviving in a car. So we're going to go over those things tonight, and Jeff has a $108 Atomic Bear gift package that we will be giving away tonight. So definitely stay tuned in for that. But without any further ado, and if I'm missing something, y'all let me know. But what's up, Jenny? What's up, Eugene? And Mary, Leon, Doug, welcome, everybody. All right, guys, we are fixing to jump into it. Merry Christmas to y'all. So let's go ahead. Let's bring Big Jeff in. And what you been up to, Jeff?
Hey, Matt. This week has been a bit crazy. Christmas is coming fast, and the in-laws are coming. Guess what? From England.
Oh wow!
So I better get all the Christmas gift finalized this week. So it was Christmas. The business is also taking a lot of my time, obviously, and the kids have all sort of projects to finish in school. My elder one is just doing full of exams this week, so it's just so busy. But you know what? Thursday is a special day. I'm so glad to be here and having this chat with you guys.
No doubt. And it's like I said, it's going to keep growing each week with us. And hopefully we can knock some of the kinks out this week that we ran into last week. But speaking of Christmas shopping, dude, is I have gotten zero, like none. But hopefully Amazon will come through and I'll just order, and send them all out. That's what I need to get on. But, other than that, man, I ate, and I know it sounds crazy, but I ate so much food because I was so hungry right before the show started, and now I'm just like, ugh, I'm like one of those miserable things. But, so, survival, man, I don't know, man, how should we start this? Do you want to go back and forth? Or do you want to tell?
Yeah.
I think you got a story about surviving in a car, right?
Yeah, actually, I can show you one thing. Like, guys, stick with us because, like, toward the end, even if you don't win something, today everyone gets something, a little something. So just stay until the end. You hear these stories, and there's this woman. She's a Canadian woman from, I think, British Columbia, if I'm not wrong. And the poor woman, she was in Iowa and she was going to a party, meeting her friend or something, and she was following this Google Maps, right? And unfortunately, Google bring her into a road that is closed during winter and during fall, so she got stuck in there. Yeah. And she got stuck in mud, so she tried to get out of her car. And she cannot move. Like, she's 72. She's not that, strong, I would say. No, she didn't have she forgot her cell phone. She was stuck there, nobody around. She got back in the car and she ended up spending 3 days in that car.
Jeez.
She went through, imagine that, like a snowstorm. The only thing she had was 2 bottles of kombucha. And she had like a bread, a cake actually, and she survived on that for 3 days. And because there was a snowstorm, these teenagers were just snowmobiling around, and they saw her, and they actually eventually got her out of there. So, man, you see all sort of things happening, especially in the winter. It can happen at any time, but you out of gas and nowhere, no cell phone reception. What do? It's like 3 a.m. You hit something if you're driving, or simply you're stuck in a massive, you're stuck on a highway and it's snowing. It happened last year here.
Yeah.
One of the major highway in the city was closed with many cars on there for like 12 to 16 hours. Like people were just in the car freezing to death. So these are stories we hear in the north. If you like, I mean, you guys don't have that much snow in Florida, right?
And it's funny, especially down here. If we get even a little bit of snow, they will shut down schools, they shut down roads, and it's just panic because people don't know what to do around here. Because we don't ever see it. I know in Atlanta, in the States, which is in Georgia, and this is totally me trying to remember a story, so I'm totally not going to have it all, but a Jeep had flipped over, and it was, during this whole snowstorm that they had, and they actually spent, I think, 2 or 3 days in their car. It was a family. And they had one candy bar. However, they were able to start a fire, and they were heating up rocks, putting it in the spare tire thing to stay warm. And it was only mild hypothermia whenever they found them. So there are plenty of cases that we can look upon to do it. And even in the summertime, because it's so hot, a lot of times you probably don't want to stay in your car if it's completely, hot. You want to go and try to find shade. However, they always say don't ever leave your car. So you're kind of in a conundrum when it comes to what to do in those situations. However, you've got some, and we've kind of held off on showing each other what items that we're going to be doing. But what's your first item, man? Or let me ask everybody in the chat. And if y'all had to pick one item, okay? Now we're going to go over 10 basics. But if y'all could pick one item, whether you're in the summertime or the wintertime, if you got to pick one item to survive in a car, if you could have it, what's it going to be? Let us know in the chats. And then I'll ask you, Jeff, man, if you had to pick one before we get started, what's going to be your number one?
Well, I mean, depending where you're driving, you have different challenges. But like, I think the most dangerous thing I can imagine that can happen is being stuck on the highway. So one of the things that I think is important is having something look like a flare, or maybe those warning triangles. Because if you're stuck on the highway, your engine stops. Even if you're on the side of the highway, you become like so dangerous for the other drivers and for yourself. So putting flares to make sure that people see your car. And there's a way to put flares, and we'll give you like a link where you can actually get a little PDF that we prepared for you. But basically, you want to make put multiple flares or warning signs far enough from the car. So depending on the speed the oncoming speed of the cars, you will put the first one further from your car, and like you will just form like this triangle, if you like, up until up to your car, so people can see you far, don't hit you. That's like, it's not even like a survival situation, like where you have to spend overnight. It's just a case where you're in trouble on the highway. So also, so whatever, like whether it's the flare itself, like where you have to learn how to use this thing, or the warning sign, I think you should have one in your car.
So that's your number one, is you would go with the, either some type of road flare or signaling triangles, or something that, okay, look, they know that I'm right here. And I can see that. I think mine, if I had to do, I see, what is it, Darion? He's saying flare's a good idea. And then people are saying blankets. Doug is saying fire starter and water. In the summertime, I was thinking water, but mine might be, nope, I'm changing my mind. I was going to say, because if I'm stuck in traffic or stuck somewhere, I don't want fire. I think I'm going to go with water. I think that's going to be the number one thing that I would want. And then I can, work from that. But my first guess was fire. And people are saying food and things like that.
Yeah.
I think water is mine. And once it gets dark, though, you might be ahead of the game, because you'll have the road flares or the things that I'm not going to have any of that. But if you had to pick a number two, man, what would it be?
Well, I think your idea of water is definitely on the top of the list. My number two would be something to keep you warm, especially when you're more in the in the northern part of the country, right, where
Mm-hmm.
you have snow, or even if it goes to 5 degrees Celsius, or what would it be in Fahrenheit? Sorry, I'm a Celsius guy. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, that's
But when
fine.
it's cold, like close to freezing point, you want blankets and or I would say I would call this like a heating system. Like you want blankets, but you also want to be able to like bring you some additional heat. So like
Like a space
ha-
blanket or something.
yeah, a space blanket. Yeah, like we do have like a BV bag in that we sell. We're selling. It's that small, and you can actually open it. It becomes huge, and you get in it. Like you, even if you're like, it goes 7 feet tall by 3 feet wide,
Oh wow.
and there's
Okay.
a space blanket inside if you like, but it's a tough material. So that's a good way. So if you have a blanket and you put that over it, you increase your chances of keeping your heat. But there's a trick there also that you can do is you can take hand warmers. You know, the one that you crack and they start, or you open actually the pouch.
Yeah.
You have some?
Got some right here.
That's it. Exactly,
Boom.
exactly. So you
Actually,
put
these
that in
these are
your
foot
sleeping
warmers,
bag
but
or in your
the same
boots.
thing. Yeah. And
Exactly. Yeah.
dude, that's actually a really good one. But down here, I guess when it comes to staying warm, it gets so hot, especially in the summertime, that a lot of times, like if I were to keep a bottle of water, like I was saying, in your environment in the wintertime, it's going to freeze. Down here, I don't have to worry about it freezing. However, now this could be a myth. We're just totally going off of what I heard, but you never want to drink the super hot water that's left under the seat. However, I still always have, I think it's like Deer Park or Nestle water. I always have it on there or under there, and that's for emergencies. However, boom, I didn't mean to bring out the foot warmers, but dude, check these things out. This is called emergency drinking water. I don't know. I got it off of Amazon or something. I got like a big case of them a long time ago. But it's got directions on here and it says drink no water for the first 24 hours unless you're sick or injured and or in the, desert, of course. And then approximately 8 ounces, 4-ounce bag, okay, per day. So this right here is 16 ounces. So this can be bam, that's 1 day. So one pack can at least last you 2 days. But they say don't drink anything for 24 hours and then drink 8 ounces one day and then 8 ounces another. However, that's going to take some discipline. But apparently, that's what's going to keep you alive. And this right now is about as cold as this thing is going to get. And it's about as cold as it's going to get down here in Florida. But, dude, to stay warm, man, the space blankets,
Yeah, I just want to say about water, like you
yeah.
know what? I think water is a key element, and the longer you stay in your car, the more important it is. So they say like the rule of three. You can be like 3 hours like without shelters,
Mm-hmm.
3 days without waters, and 3 weeks without eating to be able to survive, right?
Right.
So I think in terms of priority, if you're gonna be stuck for like few days and you're a family of four and you don't see or like you're stuck in a snowstorm, you cannot move or whatever happened, obviously you need water. And like one thing I recommend is bringing like a metal container with water inside. So you can, if it's freezing outside, if it's below freezing temperature, you can heat the container.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have fire starter and a bit of wood around, or some way to make a fire, or basically you have enough water in that container to just drink for a couple days, right, without going off like without being the thing is, when you're too thirsty, you're also not as resistant for toward the cold and the heat. So yeah, water is so key.
Yeah, and even if it's frozen, okay, but you're in some type of space blanket, these are kind of the ones I have, and these are just real basic. I mean, they're not. I mean, you could probably get 100 of them for $1. I don't know if that's accurate, but just something like that that's going to keep the heat inside. And then if you have a frozen bottle of water, or like you were saying, and it's in the stainless steel, or a thermos or something, put it inside with you and let your body temperature slowly melt that water away, and then, or the ice, and then finally, once it's melted, I mean, we've all waited for ice to thaw out, and you could drink a little bit at a time. That might be another thing that you could look at. But these space blankets, man, I've actually never pulled one out. And look at this. It's not much to it at all, dude.
Hey, Matt, did you know that? We also have, you remember, we have space blankets.
Oh, dude. Well, the Atomic Bear one's going to be way better than this thing. Look at this.
I think it's better than the one you're having, that you're holding in your hands.
Oh, yeah.
We sell them into a pack of 4 that is flat. You can stack them. So I do recommend to having one per person at least.
Yeah, no doubt.
You can use so many things, right?
Yeah, that thing right there. And of course, and now I've got a whole bunch of these, but of course these are the cheap ones. And it looks like somebody had just spray painted just a piece of plastic. So definitely go with a better brand, or the Atomic Bear version of it. Other than going this, look at this. I can see right through it. I mean, y'all can see me through this thing. So these things, it was a good idea, but I'm actually glad I opened it up right there.
Yeah, but if you have, if you're in a classroom, you're taking care of a class of 30 students, that might be something you might want. It's better to have something than nothing, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? The other thing I would talk about is a first aid kit.
Yeah.
In a first aid kit, there's few things I would definitely want to have. Seat belt cutter, a glass breaker, because if you're stuck into your car, you want to be able to get out. If the doors are locked, or the car you've been to an accident or whatever that happened, and you need to get out fast, you might want to be able to break the windows. So, and medical items, like thinking of gloves, like maybe some sort of military gauze. I have a list here, but I won't go through the whole list. But basically, a triangle, all sorts of padding, band-aids, obviously. Some people will bring a tourniquet if, in case you're injured and alone and you're bleeding a lot, losing a lot of blood. What else? Scissors, Tylenols, like skin tape, like all sort of things that you can use to absorb blood if you're bleeding, and also to pad yourself or immobilize one of your limb if you're injured. So definitely that, and fire starter. I include in that fire starter, that could be just basically a lighter. I like the butane lighter that they just shoot fire. They don't care about wind and other things, right? So I think the first aid kit and having a pouch to put your things in it, in a very well organized way, is important.
Yeah, no doubt. And a lot of times, see, with me, I drive a truck, but I used to drive a little 2-door Honda Civic. So what I have in my truck now, I couldn't carry at the time in my Honda Civic. I always still had the bottle of water, and then you can keep a few things in there. But, a first aid kit, like this thing right here, I've never actually opened this thing, but it's 53 pieces. Again, Amazon special, I guess. This was, and it's got all kinds of stuff: alcohol pads, sting relief pads, boom, the scissors you were talking about, adhesive tape. But that right there can fit in a glove box, and then forget about it. Because once you forget about it, but then when you need it, it's ready to go, and it's right there for you. So I think the first aid kit is that's definitely up there. And with the fire starters, like you were talking about, whether it's a fire starter, matches, a Bic lighter, hide one in the bottom of your glove box underneath the manual, where you pull out the thing and it tells you about your vehicle. Get you a little small pack of matches like this and just put them in there. Forget about them. And one thing that I don't know if y'all want to do this, but this right here, and I don't know what you would call these candles, but I got a big bag of them, and I threw them in my bug out bag. However, I was thinking that, because you don't want a whole lot of heat, and you definitely don't want to burn certain things because of the carbon monoxide, but having a simple candle like this will give you light, because in case, let's just say that you're low on gas or you don't want to kill your battery, you're going to at least want to see. But maybe just something small like this with the aluminum. I guess this would be aluminum kind of frame on it right there. Put that right up on your dash. I've got heat. I can do whatever I want. Boom. And it's just simple. And you don't have to worry about burning wood or things like that. Of course, you're not going to be able to cook off of it unless you have a few of them or a marshmallow. But, you know.
Well, it can melt water.
That's it. Yep. And you could actually, that's even better. Yeah, especially if you got the stainless steel thing you were talking about. Hold it over, makes it a lot easier. But just a simple little candle like that. I mean, I'm sure you can, I know you can buy packs of 3, like super cheap on eBay. But that right here, let's just say these 3 things, this water thing I was talking about, even if you do a bottle of water, and then your foot warmers. I mean, look at that. That can fit in a glove box. Bam. Yeah. I forget about it. Or the center console.
Well, actually, we do have this. I don't know if you've seen it. I think you have seen it, but like this is this bag, right? It's a pouch. You basically open it very quickly if you need to, and there's a lot of stuff in there to organize your things. So you can put your blanket in the back. You have some sort of a places here to put like pills.
It's almost like a mini bug out bag.
Mini bug out bag. This would fit in,
really cool,
your car, a glove box, right? So it's pretty convenient, and you take it with you if you go out. If you have to walk in the woods, or if you think you might need it, you put it in your bag, or there's MOLLE straps. You can strap it onto your backpack, so you can carry your emergency things with you as you move around.
Man, that's actually pretty cool. Can you show that to me one more time? Zipped up and pull it back down?
Yeah. So, that's the that's a bag. I'm gonna try to go closer to the camera. So it zip opens very quickly, and then you have the organization inside. You have pockets in there.
Oh, you've even got the stuff on the side. Yeah, it's a mini bug out bag. That's cool.
And this is MOLLE. So you have the MOLLE straps in the back, so you can actually easily clip it onto your on your backpack.
Yeah. Huh, because I saw you hold it up earlier, but I've never seen the actual inside of it. That's actually really neat. So, what's your next item, dude? So, we've got kind of our basics.
There's things you can get out of yourself. Jumper cables is definitely a must. Like, everyone knows that.
Right.
However, there's a type of jumper cables that you might have heard of. These are power banks based. So, basically, you have a battery with cables, and you can jumpstart your car yourself with this battery.
Yep.
It's a bit more expensive, but on the long run, you can get yourself out of trouble, right?
By yourself,
without having to get someone else to help you out with this.
Yep.
So I think this is pretty cool, and this goes obviously with what we call the traction aid that you can put under your tires to increase the friction, like things you open up chains, or there's different versions of that. And I even seen, I don't know if you've seen that, but it's pretty cool. It's a spray. You spray your tire and increase the grips of your tires. So if you're stuck, just spray the thing around. I don't know if it works. I've never tried it. But you spray around and you just try to get out of the ditch or the snow.
The track pads, and I think they fold up. But you know what I've also heard of, and you might can attest, better to this than I can, but the kitty litter. People will do kitty litter in front of their tires, and I don't know if it melts it. I honestly don't know. But that was the thing that they would do, is they would use kitty litter and then get unstuck like that. And then the little foldable track pads, to get you out of the hole. Man, it's crazy how much stuff they have out there now, for things like this. But I guess just the bare minimum or the basics, even just having the knowledge of it. Because what I wanted to do, Jeff, is I wanted to make a video, and I still might make it for a future episode, where if you had no matches and all you had was a pencil, I can start a pencil with a pair of jumper cables and just a pencil and a pair of jumper cables connected to a battery in your car. And
you mean you can start a fire with a pencil?
Correct. Right. Without
awesome.
And it comes up. And I wanted to do that, but of course it's the holiday season, and you know how that is.
Crazy,
However,
yeah.
I still might make that video. But
yeah, let's do it later. That's
yeah,
awesome. It's a good idea.
yeah, for sure. So let's keep moving, man. What you got? What's your next one?
Yeah, well, other things are flashlight. You want a source of light if you
Oh
have
yeah.
to move around. Either a headlight or just a small flashlight. Actually, we have a small flashlight here. This is the what we call the SWAT flashlight. It's a tiny one, so you can put it almost everywhere. And this guy is pretty strong. It has like 400 lumen, and you can actually it's pretty strong, right? And you can, I don't know if you see it on the back. Can you see it? You can zoom in and out. Like now it's pretty close,
Yeah.
but you can zoom in and out. And you also have the strobe mode,
Yeah, you got the
which
dim and the
also,
strobe. Yeah.
yeah, it helps to tell people like, guys, we're having some sort of problem here. So this is a small one, pretty convenient to put more than one in your bag, but also there's bigger ones that have more batteries, are a lot more powerful as well. They're just heavier and not as easy to just put in your pocket and stuff. But I mean, like headlamp, a flashlight, all sort of ways to be able to move around when it's dark.
Right. Yeah. And that little flashlight is actually, I mean, convenient. You can put it in your pocket. I have a headlamp that, I actually don't keep it in my car, which I probably should. But man, if you can have a headlamp in there, then having your hands free and also
Yeah,
being able to see, it's a game changer. And
it
the
is.
strobe thing right there, yeah, you can, flag people down, or, and this might be in a future episode that we talk about, but in a self-defense
Yeah,
thing, a lot of times, let's just say that you have a gun and you got that flashlight, right? That strobe, people, they can't see, it's going to stop an attacker or
yeah.
blind them temporarily. So that,
Yeah, I do, but
flashlight is
actually,
stacked.
one of the item I think you should always think of having it on board is something that will help you to defend yourself.
Hmm.
Whether it's a knife, a tactical pen. Actually, I want to show one of the product that we're having that can do like glass breaking, self defense, and there's also a little light on the end of this guy here.
And that's going to
Uh,
be part of the
it-
giveaway tonight, too, right?
yeah, you
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah.
You got it. And this guy here is also a pen, right? You can unscrew the thing, and it's a pen. It's a ballpoint pen.
Yeah.
And you also get a secret tool if you unscrew it, and you get, a bottle opener at the end, and a little hexagonal key. It's just a one size hexagonal key and a little striker if you want to use it for to start a fire with ferrocerium road. Sorry. So yeah, so this is cool. But I mean, self-defense. People will carry gun. This is allowed everywhere. But
Right.
if you can carry a gun, that's another way to defend yourself. You never know if someone is going to take advantage of your situation. I would imagine most people would not, but you never know. You never know where you're going to get stuck. Are you going to be in a nice neighborhood, in a dangerous neighborhood? So you really want to think about that. One item I think that is doing also many have many facets is a military shovel. So you can defend yourself. These
Yeah.
are small shovels that are a bit on the edge. It's cutting, so you can cut wood or stuff, but you can defend yourself with that. You can like shovel off snow and actually defend yourself. So I think that's also another item that you may want. And they're foldable. They're small. You can put that in your car, and it doesn't use too much space in your trunk.
Yeah. And if you have a truck or something like, bigger, you can get these little boxes at Walmart or totes and just kind of neatly organize everything when you need it. Like toe straps, I'm sure is a big one. I mean, we could go on and on, but as far as the basic goes, but that little tactical pen, man. Oh, and like you were saying with the guns, I don't know if you were adding that into it, but those should be something that you would want to EDC, everyday carry, a gun, if that's your thing. Always have that in your car, with you, on you, it doesn't matter. But having that tactical pen, that should always be on you 24/7. So
Yeah.
even if you do get stranded, bam, you know that you have that tool. And I like that bottle opener, just in case you needed to drink some beers after you got done with the tack and then write about it in your journal. So
You got it.
it definitely covers everything in it. Man,
Yeah.
I don't know how we're doing on time. How we doing on time,
I think
man?
we need to keep moving.
We are 30 minutes in.
Oh, we are 30 minutes in, man. So you want to, we'll speed through a few of these other ones, and then we'll jump into that giveaway, man. I'm excited about that thing tonight. But, so what's your next one, man? What you got?
Well, I think the last one would be food. Like one of the, I don't remember the name of the person, but I just want to say that food is definitely important. It's not the most important thing if you're going to stay for a couple days. You can survive without food. But, it plays on your mind. If your mind is not clear and you're hungry, I mean, it will change you. It will make you lead you to make bad decisions or precipitated decisions, or because you're hungry, you want to go back home. It enhances the feeling of emergency or of fear. So having enough food to, like maybe 2,000 calories per person, that would be sufficient for a couple days. I mean, survival way would not be sufficient to thrive, but to survive.
Yeah.
Bars. I'm thinking of like chocolate, not too sweet, like maybe a higher percentage of cocoa. Sorry. Like chocolate. I don't know. Bars with a lot of proteins in them. These are things that you might be able to like stack and forget, as you say, if they last for a year or something. You want something that will not be spoiled in a month, right?
Right. That's what I was going to say. I was going through a few things, and apparently I had thrown this into my bug out bag, and I was thinking, okay, well, this will last a while. And I was like, all right, there's got to be an expiration date on this thing. And this was June of 2015. So, definitely the expiration is done. But I tell you what, even if I was in a situation, I would still eat this right here. And, another thing, and I've got one more, which I'll go over. But speaking of and I'll hide the name brand on it, but I'm sure people that are into this kind of stuff. But survival food like this, if you've got the tote that I was talking about, and they even come in smaller ones, this is chicken teriyaki with rice. And, but this lasts forever. I mean, 10, 15, 20 years, this kind of stuff. You'll sell your car before it ever goes bad, with something like that. However, and I just wanted to touch on that real quick, but a poncho, man. Simple poncho, because if you get out in the rain and you get wet, let's just say it's cold or it's freezing rain, just any type of scenario, you don't have extra socks, right? We're not in a bug out bag or, a bug out situation or a long-term survival type thing. These are simple cars. Get you a poncho, stay dry. And I think, I never really liked ponchos, and because I'll just be like, whatever. But I've never been in a situation where I've got to get back in the car and just sit for a long time. And that right there will keep you dry, which in turn will keep you warm. But I think a hunting poncho, not a hunting poncho, but a poncho in general, real small, you could fit it in a bag, might be the way to go too, just to keep yourself dry.
Yeah, that's a good one, actually. I like it. I like it very much.
Yeah, man. And so, do we want to cover anything else? You think those are the basics? Do we have them down?
I think we've pretty much covered everything we have. Like we may have forgotten something, but if we pack everything we mentioned into a bag, that's going to be a pretty big bag. So I think we've covered a lot.
Right. I mean, we could keep going on and on about, we need a portable power bank in case you can't charge your phone. Yep. You need certain different things. But as far as your basics go, a poncho, a first aid kit, water, of course, whether it be water like this, if you're in cold situations, like he was saying, maybe put it in a thermos. And if you're in cold situations, maybe get you some warmers, matches, a fire starter, a Bic lighter, however you can get fire. And again, guys, a Bic lighter, matches, a first aid kit, a poncho. Those three things can fit in your glove box today. And you never know what's going to happen. But, man, I'm glad that we went over this because it gave me an opportunity, whenever you told me, all right, let's go over 10 things. And I won't tell you my 10. You don't tell me your 10. And it kind of got me back in the rhythm. And I know this sounds crazy, but even thinking about that made me go and check my tire pressure in my tires. And I also changed my windshield wiper fluid. I've been wanting to do it forever. But having this on my mind actually helped me to go and do that. So, you know, it was actually a good thing that we even went over it from that standpoint. And now, I know people are tired of hearing me stall. So, Jeff, what is going to be in the giveaway tonight, man? The big
Well,
Christmas.
you know what? Before we just go through the items, I want to do to give a shout out to Debbie Wilson.
Yeah.
I've got this message from Debbie. She's one of the winner from last week, right?
Mm-hmm.
She just wrote to us. She said, I just received my magnets that I won last Thursday. They are the bomb. Thanks again. By the way, your show is pretty awesome. Keep up the great work. And we're going to keep the great work. Thank you very much for Debbie for this feedback.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like we're putting a lot of work and we want you guys to like it and want you guys to comment and give us like your 2 cents. You like what you would like us to talk about. And there's this this email address called that we might have a chance to display it or it's going to be in the comments. It is show@theatomicbear.com. Don't forget the D. It's show@theatomicbear.com. You can email us, give us your comments, suggest us, giveaways you'd like to have, subject you want to hear about, people you would want us to bring on the show, anything, you know, that's very important. Now the giveaway, I have a sheet here. I just don't want to forget anything.
Yeah.
The giveaway. So I've shown some of the items, like this flashlight here.
Mm-hmm.
It's part of the bundle. The emergency, that what we call the bear bivy. It's this little thing that I've version where I've opened. You roll it, you open it. It's huge, man.
Yep, I need you to go ahead and get inside of it and just tuck yourself away, and then that way we can all see it. No, I'm kidding, Jeff. Don't do it.
Well, you can cut it. You can cut.
Yeah. So you
man.
can.
Anyway, so this is great. Yeah. This is a great tool. I won't open it all, but basically inside you have this mylar material.
Yeah.
And it's thicker, so you can reuse it many times. This is the second one. Well, a third one that I haven't actually mentioned is the Swat Knife. This knife is a folder. It's a beautiful folder with a G10 handle, and there's a serration here on the blade, so you can cut open your seat belt if you need to cut it, like to get out of your car. It's another item that I think would be a good addition to your EDC for your emergency kit in your car. We also have this pouch I've already shown included.
Oh yeah, dude, I can't get in this contest, can I, Jeff? This thing is.
I have this multi-tool tactical pen with the flashlight.
Yeah.
Right there. And what else? There's one more thing. So we also have classes. I don't know if people know that, but we have a complete first aid class. It's a comprehensive class that you just log in and you go through the videos. And we have this guy. He isn't from Israel. He's been in the military there. Now he's a paramedic as a professional, but in the military he was paramedic, if you like. And he made this video to explain how to put a tourniquet, how to deal with someone who has a difficulty to breathe, someone who has an injury, a cut. How do you manage all these simple things? How to like you have a heat shock. What do you do? Like all these things. And this is a comprehensive class. You just log in and you do it at your pace. Some questions there to just make sure you're following through. So all these 6 items are combined together, and we give it away to one person tonight. Now, Matt, I think you've thought of a trivia question for our audience tonight. What is it?
And I have. And, you know, last week we did the Survivor song, so I was thinking kind of a more of a movie type thing. So, guys, I've got Ben over here. He's going to play a clip of a movie. It's going to be 20 seconds tops. The first person in the chats that can guess the name of this movie, and I'm sure y'all will probably know it, will actually win the Atomic Bear. What are you calling it, Jeff? Just the Atomic Bear huge Christmas package?
The Atomic Bear Christmas Bundle Super.
That's it. Boom. So, guys, let's go ahead. Let's get into it. If you have a way to chat, we can see all the chats. And the first one that gets the answer right is going to go home with this Atomic Bear Christmas bundle. So $108 worth. And Ben, let's go ahead. Let's play that video. You see that? I was watching it. I was like into it, and I couldn't stop watching it. So, guys, if y'all know what movie clip that was from, go ahead and leave it in the chats. And, Jeff, just in case somebody doesn't win, or if for the people in here that just might happen to not win tonight, you're also helping them out tonight. So what do you got for those guys?
Oh, yeah. So we've put together a document that will go over everything we've discussed with more details, with links, and some some videos that might just make it better, like for reading, or just keep it or share it with your family or your friends. Inside that document, there's a 10% off discount on everything on the store. So it's valid until midnight Pacific time tonight. So you had to get this, you head to the atomicbear.tv and you scroll down and you will see episode 2. You click in there and then you can download the PDF. The last page of the PDF has the discount coupon in there. So you get 10% off and you get a free PDF you can download. It's a direct download. You don't need to enter any emails or anything. It's just bam, you click on it, you get it. So that could be useful to share with your children, with your spouse, your parents, your elder parents, or your brothers and sisters. These are things that, like, when you start thinking about it, you say, yeah, I should get prepared. And here are some items I could buy right now to like put. It's not just like Atomic Bear product. We have all sorts of things in there.
Yeah.
But I mean, I hope you guys that you guys will find it useful. If you have comments, questions, things you think should be added to the document, again, write to us, show@theatomicbear.com, and we'll be very glad to implement any good advice that you guys are giving us.
Yeah, for sure, man. And that's really cool. So, like he was saying, just to kind of, reiterate, is that the word I'm looking for? Maybe. But what he was saying is that 10% off until tonight at midnight Eastern. So it'll be 11 Central and so on.
Actually, it's Pacific until midnight Pacific time.
Oh, okay.
Everyone to have enough time, because people will be asleep at 12.
Yeah.
So I want the people in the west of the country to be able to have enough time to get anything they want.
I like it. And I know the code, and I've got the code written down right here, but you got to go download the PDF file, look at the last page, and y'all will see that code. Now, Ben, do we have a winner?
We do have a winner.
Uh-oh.
Let's go. Let's head over to the comments real quick.
Boom. Who's got it?
So, right here, our first one, we had several tries up here. We had 132s and stuff like that, 132, other numbers. But our first 127 was from Derek Frost. I'm sorry if I...
Faust, maybe? Yeah.
Frost.
But Big Derek.
Derek, congratulations. You won the $108 bundle. So go ahead and tell him where he has to go to get this bundle.
Yeah, no doubt. And congratulations, Derek, with the big 127. I saw other numbers coming in, 180-something, 24. Everybody kind of knew what they wanted to say. But congratulations, Derek. And maybe this will be a good Christmas for you from the Atomic Bear. And I'm going to go ahead and let Jeff tell you what you need to do, and it's super simple. But so you can go ahead and get your $108 worth, right, of Atomic Bear stuff. So tell them, Jeff.
Yeah, it's very simple. Just write to us, show@theatomicbear.com. Give us your shipping address because we're going to ship the goods, and then I can reply to you, or a member of the team will reply to you with a link to get to be added to the class, right? So and to make sure that you're the right Derek, please comment on your the Facebook. No, sorry. Please message us on Facebook to tell us that you have sent us an email so we can match the two. So yeah, email us at show@theatomicbear.com and message us on Facebook so we can make sure that you're the same person.
Yeah, and what might be a little bit easier too, a lot of times with the YouTube, if you went over on YouTube, which we're streaming, or Twitch, or wherever else that you might be watching this stream, because we have people from all these different platforms, is I think on Facebook, having them direct message you, bam, you can see that it's them, and that's a really good thing. But on YouTube, definitely you want to go back and comment. That way somebody's not like, hey, it's me, I sent you the email, and bam. But guys, and thanks for watching the show. This was the second show. It seemed to go a little bit smoother than the first show, and they're just going to keep getting better. So thanks, everybody, for watching this. Just want to let y'all know before we close this out is that we will not have a show next week. It will be January the 3rd. So we're going to give y'all a break, let y'all hang out with the family or whatever you're doing for Christmas. But we will be back with episode 3 with a new topic, a new giveaway, and maybe something new. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. And Jeff, man, you got anything else before we get out of here?
I just want to say thank you very much for spending time with us. This is a pleasure to be here with you, and I wish you the best Christmas. I wish you to be happy, whether you have family or no family, you're alone. Please be happy. I want you to be happy. It's a time where people meet, are trying to just eat together, have fun together, enjoy it, and I'm looking forward to talk to you in January with a brand new year coming.
Oh yeah, we are going to start off 2019 super strong. But guys, again, like he was saying, just be happy. Don't worry about the drama. It's Christmas, and if you're traveling, boom, then this show was for you. Make sure that you got air pressure in your tires, your oil is fine, your gas is topped off, and you got some of the items that we talked about tonight. Congratulations again, Big Derek. Thanks for watching the show, everybody, and we will see y'all next year. And I know that's a cheesy joke and everybody says it, but it is the truth. But we will see y'all on January 3rd. Merry Christmas, guys, and we are out.